What is going on, everyone? Scions here with the Everyday Grind, and today I wanted to share my guide on how new and returning Warcraft players can prepare for the start of patch 11.1 Undermine Season 2 coming out in just a few weeks. I'm going to share my processes and some keen insight and truths on how you can prepare yourself for Season 2 delves, raids, and Mythic Plus. We all know that the first week of a new patch will be crucial in prepping your character for Season 2. As a 15-year Warcraft veteran, I've got this down to a science. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is decide which class you want to play. It's very important. You can chase the meta builds if you wish, and a meta build may help you get into a random group. However, what a meta build won't do is make you an elite player. I would advise you to make sure you understand and feel comfortable with any meta build, and remember that meta builds usually require the best gear drops from every part of the game, so starting out you may not be so meta. I always say play what you like, and you'll usually perform better if you like a class you're playing over chasing a meta build. Next, you'll want to run delves for that end of the run loot. Remember that running delves helps fill out your Great Vault for your weekly gear roulette drops. It appears as if Warcraft has added better loot drops and more Guilty Crests for the highest tier of delves run in Season 2, which is a huge improvement over the first season. I would personally run as many delves as you can for that last piece of gear for an alt, or to make sure Brand is at level 60 before Season 2 starts. Remember, you have a full week between when the patch drops and when Season 2 begins. Also, Brand does not lose any levels when Season 2 starts, and you want to jump into as high a delve as you can when the season begins for that much better gear. Remember, you are gearing in some ways earlier and faster than you would in a raid or Mythic Plus. Mythic Plus and raids are where most of the elite gear is going to be, and Season 2 will be no exception. Let's start out with Mythic Plus first. I will say this as loud as I can. You must run Mythic Plus early and often in the first 4 weeks at the beginning of the new season at least. Running these dungeons will fill up your vault with possible good gear choices, and you want to get your experience in these dungeons to raise your skill. Experience in these dungeons is going to be your greatest ally here. Also, as you complete more of them, your Mythic Plus score will go up, which will also ease the barrier for you to get into pickup groups. I want to caution you as a new or returning player that while you are running delves and that loot is very lucrative and the gear drops are really good, you're getting that gear faster than you would in a Mythic Plus, and you cannot ignore Mythic Plus if you want to progress your gear on your character. Season 1 proved that delve gear can be too good early on, and no one was running Mythic Plus 3 through 7 because they wanted better gear than what those lower mid-level dungeons provided. Since they didn't run the lower dungeons and the lower levels, they didn't have the required experience in those dungeons to run them successfully, or know the fights very well, and those actions in turn had players kicked from dungeons or even not accepted into groups because they had not done them before. So remember, you must run both delves and Mythic Plus dungeons at the same time. And finally, let's get into raids. Now that you've spent the first week finishing up gearing that last alt or main character that you will be taking into the new season, it will be time to get into a raid and begin your chase for some of the most sought after gear. You can either pug into a raid group or join a guild to be a part of an organized raid. LFR will start in Season 2, and you will not want to miss out on running any LFR in the first few weeks of the new season. Why, you ask? The simple answer is that you may be able to get some early class teardrops that you may have been outrolled on in previous raids, and you'll be learning the very basics of the new raid, which is hugely important for new and returning players. While LFR and Story Mode will be available, you will outgear both of those in a few short weeks. Don't be shy to join pug groups for normal runs as well. Getting into these early will be a huge stepping stone when you are either continuing to pug for gear or trying to get into an organized raid group. Don't forget that running a normal, heroic, or mythic raid will ensure you will get more crests and more powerful crests to upgrade your gear, add gear slots in your Great Vault, and you just may get that best in slot item to drop for your character. These are the steps I have followed for years, and I'm happy to share them with you. If you are a new or returning player, I encourage you to check out my live streams on YouTube and Twitch 5 days a week. I also ask that you would please slap that thumbs up on the video and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel so that I can continue to help the new and returning players. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.